Revis, and we're creating madness with madness to creation. Get up and go do something, guys. You got today, but you ain't promised tomorrow.
Welcome to the Madness to Creation podcast, where self-care and music merge. This is Maddie. How are you? Hopefully you enjoyed the previous conversation with Emily Lazar of September Morning. In this episode of the Madness to Creation podcast, we have Waylon Revis of A Killer's Confession. You have heard Waylon from his previous band, Mushroomhead, and now he has a couple singles out that absolutely blow my mind, entitled Remember and Angel on the Outside. And they've recently released their music video for Light into Darkness. And I will be providing a link at madnesstocreation.com for you to check this video out. In this video, or in this interview, not video, but interview, but it'll be a video on YouTube, we get into a really deep discussion about his newfound sobriety and how he's taken ownership from his past mistakes. And that is so important in terms of mental health, is that we allow forgiveness for ourselves, whatever mistakes that we make, whether it's substance addiction, whether it's mistakes just that we made from just the human experience in life. And it's so important that you guys that are listening find a way for you to forgive yourself in some way, shape, or form. And Waylon really talks about that and is really open about it, and I certainly appreciate it. And I also opened up about how their song, Angel on the Outside, really resonated with me as well. And A Killer's Confession will be releasing music later on this month in April, entitled Trapped Inside, with the music video premiering on April 29th via YouTube at 8 p.m. And also, they have music videos out for It's Not Too Late, and they also recently did a cover of Roots, Bloody Roots by Sepultura. And you can find A Killer's Confession on their YouTube channel, A Killer's Confession, and also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And also find the Madness to Creation podcast on Spotify, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, YouTube, SoundCloud, Geo7, Podchaser, Podcast Addict, and Google Podcasts. And you can also find us at madnesstocreation.com on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, and on Twitter at MTC Madness. And we are also looking for sponsors for the podcast, and also looking to link up with various nonprofit organizations. Please email us at madnesstocreation@gmail.com, and we will discuss rates. Without further delay, here's our conversation with Waylon Revis of A Killer's Confession. Take it away, Waylon. Welcome to the Madness to Creation podcast, where self-care and music merge. This is Maddie. How are you? And I brought with me Mr. Waylon Revis. Did I say your name correctly? Revis. That is the second name in a row I've screwed up tonight.
It's all right. Everybody does it. I don't even get mad about it. Nobody can pronounce my last name. It's okay.
Well, I just talked to Emily Lazar. I called her Laser. And I'm like, what the heck? So anyways, I got Waylon Revis here from A Killer's Confession, and he's going to plug his Twitch, and we're going to talk about a couple absolutely freaking awesome songs that he has. And we're also going to talk a lot about mental health and just his career and stuff. So Waylon, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I'm just going to do this, and then I'm going to go live on my Twitch stream and hang out with the fans for 2 hours and have some fun and have a good community, good conversation, a place you don't have to worry about, getting bashed or anything. And it's like kind of what we're creating is just a place where people can find like-minded individuals. And even if you do have differences of opinion, nobody argues with each other because I won't allow it.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing. So what made you decide to start like this Twitch, the channel that you have? Well, go ahead and plug that, and what are you giving away?
I love gaming, and it's like, if I'm going to do it, why don't I just do it with the fans and play with those guys instead of just going into a random room with a bunch of kids that are going to kill me and cuss me out for 3 hours. It's like, I might as well let the fans do that to me for 3 hours. But it's like every month I do challenges and stuff. But if you want to find me, it's Waylon AKC on Twitch. You can find me there. But I'll do challenges. We once a month we'll do a raffle where you just buy yourself a ticket, and like Saturday, I'll take all the names that have bought tickets and we'll give away AKC merch packages that are worth way more than your ticket. Like this month, we're giving away our brand new hoodies and t-shirts and our new face covering mask and in that giveaway, and some old school merch. So it's just a fun time. But I think people really love it when I do the hot challenges, when I'll eat something I should never eat.
So do you plan on being on the Hot Ones YouTube channel someday?
Yes, if they'd let me. I don't think they have anything that can hurt me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to have you meet up sometime with a friend of mine. His name is Sal. He grows Carolina Reaper peppers.
Ooh,
and
we're talking real business there.
Yeah, and he basically had a bowl of them, and he was eating them like popcorn, and and it didn't bother him or anything. Here I am. I have a jalapeno on my Subway one time, and my mouth is about burning. So
jalapenos are for flavor. When you get the Carolina Reaper, that you're talking business. But I watch a lot of Hot Ones, and the hottest thing that I did was 13 million Scoville units.
And you lived to tell about it?
Yeah. And it was bad. The worst thing I did an extract, and it was 7 million Scoville units a drop. And I did like 4 drops, and I was like, it was instant regret.
Was it one of those where you had to like sign a waiver?
No, I bought the stuff. I bought as hot as you could possibly get it, and I just did too much at once, and it just it didn't end well. So,
do you consider yourself a hot sauce connoisseur then?
No, not really. I just like to see how hot I can get it. I just want to. It's kind of how do I put this? It's a bucket list thing. It's just I want to see. I watch all these people do. I was like, well, I want to see if I can do that. I want to see if I can do that. And that's all it is. So, as I do those, I did the bamboozled one time. They threw bits in and they would, depending on how much they threw in, they could decide how many I had to eat at once or if I had to eat them one at a time. And this is just randomly drawing them out and just like, ooh, some of them were good. And then some of them just absolutely just gag you, just nasty. But they think it's funny and I enjoy doing it for them.
Yeah. Do you, when you perform on stage, do you bring some of those antics, like the dares that you do, to bring it on stage, or?
That's just for the Twitch, on stage, I'm there for business. There, I'm there to sing you a song and sing it good. And if I do any of those challenges, you're going to regret it. And so am I.
So how much do you miss the stage with, given the pandemic and stuff like that?
I miss it more than anything. It's always been my, outlet. And I've not had it for over a year. I got to do a couple shows at the end of last year with David Ellison, and those were very much, they were needed, but it just made me really want to go back out there. So it's like,
what? Was it different with probably the masks were probably required and social distancing guidelines? Was that did it feel different from how shows were before?
No, it didn't feel any different because you could just see it in people's eyes. They wanted a show. They want this. And passion's there. Just got to get the states and the government to figure out what's going on and to make it happen.
Yeah, definitely. And I kind of feel like it's just kind of a big waiting game right now. But I also feel like the light is at the end of the tunnel, so to speak.
Yeah. Well, we have a tour plan coming up. We're going to be making an announcement within I think next week. I can't really say nothing yet, but we're going to hit the road again. So it's coming. So don't everybody just be relieved that it is coming back.
So, yeah, I have to ask, is your stage show, how different is your stage show from A Killer's Confession from when you were in Mushroom Head?
No mask, but same intensity. It takes from Mushroom Head on this show aspect of full entertainment. We want to get your senses going. We instead of the mask and the water drums, we do video, and it's just one of those things where we're just really trying to bring a very energetic show that's entertaining. We try to put up a bigger screen than your phone, so you'll stay off your phone during the hour I have you, and you'll watch our show instead. But it's just what I love to do, and it's all about the entertainment, like knowing that you left and that $10, $20 you spent to get in to pay for that ticket, it was well worth it. That's my whole goal.
Definitely. Did cell phones used to really make you mad when people would have them? Because some artists, it bothered them, but some, it was like, hey, I got your money from the ticket,
It doesn't bother me. I just wish people would realize they can see the world in 4K if they just look.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
the truth of
exactly.
it.
I agree with you 100%. And I got to say, your song "Remember" has been absolutely killing it on the local Rock 108 station. Seems
Thank
like every
you.
time I go to work, to and from work. I'm a special needs teacher by day.
Okay.
I've heard that song several times, and just take us into that song and just take us into the total vibe behind that song. And it also seems like it comes from a personal level as well.
It is. It's a change song. It's about, it's like, I'm still here. Did you forget? And that's what it is. It's a reminder. And it's just like, hey, nothing's changed. It's like you've done some things, and when it happens, it's like, my name. It's like, don't act like you don't. And you're not trying to sound arrogant or anything like that, but it's just one of the. It's called Remember for a reason. It's like, it's a reminder to everybody. It's like, hey, I've gone nowhere. A lot of people think I'm retired, and I'm not. So that's kind of where that comes from.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I absolutely love your project and stuff. And Angel on the Outside, I was telling Don, who runs Don's Hit List out of Fab Radio International, I was like, dude, you gotta check out the chorus of this song. And I literally got goosebumps from the song. I'm not gonna lie. And
Thank you.
absolutely. And just take us into that song. And it really, I really feel like it comes from a mental health perspective as well.
It does. It's about me leaving Mushroomhead. It's the fall from grace, and that's what that song is. It's about how to gather yourself after such a loss. I lost everything, and that song is me identifying with. It's like I didn't listen, and I didn't pay attention, and I did this to myself, and it was one of those things that. I think it really resonates. It flew under the radar, and it's AKC's biggest song to date. We didn't have any radio, didn't do any push behind it, and it's the biggest song to date that we've released. And I think that's because it's so relatable. Depending on whether you're in my shoes or anything else, people can relate to being there. Like, man, I messed up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably why it relates to me. It's because it kind of reminded me of like some of the mistakes I would make and stuff like that. And I would beat myself up over it. So, what is like the biggest thing that you learn about yourself from when you left Mushroomhead to now? What?
Be accountable. Leave the party. Don't even enter the door. There's nothing good at the end of the tunnel. Be mindful. If you're not happy, be more vocal about it. You don't have to leave swinging your fists. You don't have to leave screaming. You can figure things out without being violent or being ugly. That's what I've learned. Be a man. It's like if you're that unhappy, man, just get up, pay attention, state your mind, do it peacefully, and walk away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I was gonna say like when from a first statement, are you talking about like are you like sober now or like is it like a sobriety thing?
It's a very big sobriety thing. I've been sober for 3 years. I had 3 years last week, and I don't.
Congratulations.
I don't play about it. It's just like it's like I played Rockstar, and I don't lie about it. I don't sugarcoat it for anybody. A lot of people in my position did. I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus, but it's just one of those things I didn't learn. It's like I was a glutton for the punishment, and now I have nothing for it. I've got those years behind me. I just being smart about it and learning from them, and it's just one of those things where it's like you pay for your education one way or another, and I definitely paid for it in that one. And I got 3 years of sobriety. I've got a wonderful life. I've got a beautiful wife. I got an amazing family that stand behind me, and that's how that goes.
And really, you can't ask for much more than that, can you? Having the family support and having the beautiful house and stuff like that.
That's the thing. It's like now that I do have my mind and it's in the right place. I don't go. I have so much more, and it's like, but I have a wife that definitely, she lets me splurge and have things, but at the same time, I have things now. Like I have things that I have to show for it, for the work I put in, and that's what matters. But at the end of the day, it's not about being rich. It's just about being happy and fulfilled, and taking life one day at a time and enjoying it. Because it's a gift to be here. Like a lot of people, you can feel down the dumps, man, but you're lucky to be here. We're not promised tomorrow. Make the best of today. Don't put it off.
Yeah, and that's one thing I really appreciate about your story is that if I were to describe Waylon Revis, is that Waylon is a survivor. With the sobriety, with battling colon cancer and stuff like that, and like there might be somebody listening that might be struggling with sobriety, might be struggling with go through cancer or substance abuse, whatever it may be. Like I said, I don't expect you to be a therapist or anything like that, but based upon your experience, what advice would you give them?
Keep your head up. Be a fighter. Be thankful. Listen. Pay attention. Pay attention to what you're putting in your body. Listen to your doctors. Do exactly what they're saying to do, and it's like just fight. And even if it is to the point where it's so bad, it's like you can be sick. Just be thankful for the time you had. It's like keep positive. Positivity is so much of the game mentally. You keep it here. You keep that positivity going here, and it helps. It just so helps. When you're negative, you just kind of burn everything. And if you stay positive, you're able to move forward day by day.
Definitely. And what would you say like your week by week goals and strategy are, like in order to
go that far? It's day by day, 24
day by
hours.
day.
Make this 24 hours. Be successful. Be successful today for a brighter tomorrow. That's all you got to do. That's 24 hours. Anything past that, you're looking too far in. Just keep it 24 hours at a time. Just get through today. Because if you can focus on 24 hours, you can worry about tomorrow's 24 hours when it's time. Just worry about today's.
Yeah, definitely. And do you plan on releasing? Obviously, do you have any music coming up like after Remember?
Oh yeah, we have a song coming out the 31st this month called Light to Darkness. We have a new song dropping every 30 days for the next for the entire year.
Yeah, did you have to adjust that based upon like when we live in the world of singles and Spotify as opposed to albums?
Yeah, it's just like the albums are done. I'm not trying to be mean when I say that. I will release it as a full album when the time is, but I'm just going to drop every song, play the algorithm game. Let people, but it also lets every song on the album see the light of day because everything gets lost in the shuffle when you just put everything out at once. So we're trying something different.
Absolutely. How awesome our live show is going to be when this is all said and done.
Everybody's going to appreciate them more. I'll tell you that right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everybody will appreciate them more because like you take something away that's got that much passion into it, it's going to have even more when you come back.
Definitely. And what message do you have for the fans?
Get up and go do something, man. Enjoy your life. If you're not happy where you're at, stop where you're at, look around, find where the problem is, and move away from it.
Definitely. And Waylon, anything else that we've covered a lot of ground? Is there anything else that you would like to add?
No, man, I'm good. I think as long as everybody stays positive, that's all that matters to me.
Absolutely. And I'm going to tell my listeners to check out Angel on the Outside and Remember. Those singles absolutely kick ass. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I've been playing Angel on the Outside on repeat today. So absolutely. And just check that out on Spotify and YouTube. And I was going to say, Waylon, is there a way that you could do like a promo line?
Yeah, I can do that for you. I got you.
Awesome. Okay.
What do you want me to say?
Okay, I'm going to type it in the chat here.